Beer. Beer. Bong.
Battle
Beer.
axe.
Bong.
Battle axe.
Beer. Bong.
Battle axe.
Beers, bongs, and battle axes. Beers, bongs, and battle axes. Beers, bongs, and battle axes. Beers, bongs, and battle axes.
You got a nice little man pussy on you, don't ya?
Looking
Stinks.
like a
Nice and good.
looking like a double wide surprise.
God damn.
Shout out to Meat Canyon for being my new favorite YouTube series.
Yeah, exactly. If our opinion holds any weight with you listeners, go check out that channel. Dude only has like 400,000 subscribers, which is 400,000 subscribers more than we have. But goddamn, some of the funniest, most original content I've seen on YouTube in a long time.
That good black humor. I love it.
It's so dark.
It's so dark.
And the animation I really like too.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'd love to do that shit. Just be able to draw my own stuff and then we can voice an anime. I should go to school.
I support you if you decide to, man.
Fuck. Anyway, enough about that shit.
Welcome to another Beers Bong. I'm Mike.
I'm the guy that didn't have a stroke.
I didn't have a I can't feel the left side of my face.
Finally!
What did you do to me?
Nothing.
Anyways, Mike and Tyler, we're here once again,
I'm gonna steal your beard.
and I need to make an apology before we start today's episode.
Yes, let's.
Last week I said we were going to be doing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot this week, but that's because I'm an idiot that doesn't know how to count. That will be next week's episode. But yeah,
I'll be here in spirit. I mean, I'll be here, but...
You just won't be as into it as normal.
I mean, well, here we are.
You'll try your best.
I'll do my best.
But yeah, we do have a lot of apologies to make today, because we're reviewing the live-action Sonic film that came out last month.
Because apparently that's what we do anymore these days.
I mean...
It's just review shit.
Yeah, but before we get into that, some exciting news that I'd like to talk about beforehand. Starting in May, I'm going to be doing something that's actually relevant to the title of this podcast. Going to learn the noble art of blacksmithing.
Beer making. Oh, blacksmith. Okay.
With the goal of becoming a bladesmith one day. Because I would like to make my own axes, swords, knives. You know, stuff that gets you put on a government watch list.
Right. And I'm going to buy you a fedora to boot.
Whoa, why the fedora?
I'm the swordsmith.
Oh no, we're in anime territory now?
Mike's a weeb.
No. How dare you?
We're talking about Kakarot, and you're just Kakarot. That's how much I know.
Kakarot!
And you're literally describing that you were going to master the blade. Sounds like an internet nerd to me.
But I have a real beard, not a neck beard.
Oh, that's very true. You should grow it out on your neck only. See what happens. It would be glorious. I'm like a half-made lion.
It's like God gave up on me halfway through. Gross. But yeah, I found this place down in the Springs. It's a forge where they...
Jody LaForge?
No. That's Geordie LaForge.
Geordie LaForge.
It's a dude, not a chick.
Holy shit, I thought all these years... I don't know why that pops into my head. Geordie LaForge. Who is he? What is that?
That's LeVar Burton from Reading Rainbow, my dude, from Star Trek The Next Generation.
Holy shit! Oh, I bring it up because Monomarth and, what is it? Mjolnir, Hammer, Thor. There's like a lyric where it's like... Oh, fuck. It's like something the Forge. And I sing it like Jody LaForge every time. I'm like, Jody LaForge!
That's hilarious.
That's just weird shit.
Are you talking about when Loki snuck into the Forge of Brock and Eitri so he could make them lose the bet?
Whatever, Reading Rainbow guy, yes.
That's a good story, and I
like
really...
the Reading Rainbow of, like, Norse mythology.
Yeah! I like it.
Now sit down, kids. I'm going to tell you how Thor became a woman after his hammer got taken.
Dude, that's a YouTube series right there. We need to get on that. Reading Rainbow Bridge is what we'll call it.
Dude! Sorry, we gotta go.
No podcast this week. We got work to do. We can't release this until we've actually filmed a couple episodes.
Don't take our shit. We'll find you and do nothing.
No. we'll do something.
Well,
I got that
I
Gimli.
don't have the lawyer power.
We've got the Gimli battle axe, though.
Oh, some vigilantism, I see.
Oh, aye. Take
hey.
copyright law into our own hands.
Oh, I like that.
There's another series right there. Two guys who just take copyright law into their own hands in the most violent way possible. My God, we are on a roll today.
God damn it, someone stop us.
No, don't stop.
Don't the building.
stop
I'll
me
fucking
now.
stop you, you loud ass sons of bitches. sorry. Shut the fuck up, Michael.
God, we're gonna get in so much trouble.
Alright, anyway.
Fuck. What else did I want to talk about? Because there was a couple other things I wanted to mention.
This is news to me. I thought we were talking about a hedgehog, man.
We're gonna talk about a hedgehog movie. This is gonna be a longer one. But see, I'm trying to do some just like topical stuff at the beginning now, so that way we have a pause point to be like, hey, you're gonna listen to an ad roll real quick, because Anchor says that's how you make more money. Mid rolls.
I see.
Yeah. Sorry, we're poor. We need the money to keep the lights on. So cold. It usually is freezing in here.
It is,
Now I'm about ready to strip off this hoodie and get real sexy up in here.
Now it's a goddamn podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna read it all sensual.
I wish I still had my bass. We'll play a little funky bass line while we do it.
What the fuck is wrong with this?
Yeah, I don't know. But, oh, yeah, got my first ever Juggernaut in Call of Duty today. It was glorious.
Really? That's what you're gonna bring?
Oh, hell yeah. Well, because just think about it from a cinematic point of view. So, me and Tyler were playing on Crash earlier today. And there's the restaurant, which is like 3 stories. And all the noobs and sweaty bitches like to camp in that building.
Very much so, yeah.
So, start of the match, I die twice. And then I proceed to kill my way to the top of that building and get a care package. Call it in. Get killed again. Fight my way back to the top of the building. And nobody had taken my care package, even though there's like 3 or 4 dudes in there. Grab it. It's a Juggernaut. So just imagine the cinematic, like if you were to put this in a movie, somebody calls in a care package during a firefight, it's a Juggernaut suit, and then you're just slowly lumbering your way down this 3-story building, killing everyone in your path, while epic heavy metal music plays in the background.
I mean, I'd watch the fuck out of that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
See what I mean? That it was a beautiful sight, and because I kind of suck at Call of Duty, it's something that's special to me, Tyler.
I'm not gonna take that away from you.
Oh, but you already have.
I was just caught off guard. It's like the equivalent of me going, I found a penny today. I picked it up and it was heads up. Oh my god.
That means I'm gonna have good yuck.
Wait, what? That's what it means?
Yeah.
I thought it meant I was gonna get laid.
I mean, that's pretty good luck, isn't it?
Yes.
It's okay, Tyler. We'll find the right sex robot for you one day.
God, get on it, Bill Gates. It's actually Musk these days, isn't it? Get
Yeah.
on it, Musk.
I mean, he's so busy building flamethrowers. Why can't he give us better sex bots?
Because he's trying to turn the flamethrowers into sex bots.
Ooh.
They're the home defense and home care bots.
You activate it by sticking your dick in it.
Yes.
Ooh. We need to write Elon Musk. We are just full of
We want
amazing-
flaming dicks.
God damn it. All right. We've been clowning around now. That was ridiculous. So yeah, before we get into the meat and bones of this review, general impressions by the movie?
Way better than I ever anticipated.
Right? I never imagined that a video game adaptation could be this good. Like, I'm trying to think. I don't think there are any better video game adaptations that come to mind. And I will fight anybody who tries to say the Resident Evil movies are good adaptations.
I would go with Detective Pikachu as a close second.
But
personally,
that's not an adaptation of any game in
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I never
they were
actually
DS
played
games. No, I didn't play them either, but they're technically a game.
That's true. That's
The only
true.
thing that makes that movie less fun to me was the ending, and spoiler alert, it's garbage. Like how Mewtwo is the only Pokemon that can... It's so fucking stupid at the end of Detective Pikachu.
Oh, how
I'm not
Mewtwo,
gonna
like, fused Ryan Reynolds with the Pikachu, and he's...
Well, yeah, but he can only do that when they're... What the fuck was the reason? It was so stupid.
It was a really convoluted ending
You're
to
like,
a really
"What?"
good movie.
And it had a... Yeah, but I still love that movie regardless. But this one... I mean, it was a little cut and dry, but... I liked it better than Detective Pikachu.
I did too. Like, surprisingly, the chemistry between James Marsden and Ben Schwartz is phenomenal, especially considering from the production standpoint of that movie, they were maybe in the same room like when they were reading the script as a cast together.
Yeah, the table reader.
And then maybe James Marsden came in every once in a while Ben Schwartz was reading his dialogue just so he had somebody to play off of.
Yeah.
But other than that, I doubt, because Ben Schwartz obviously wasn't the on-set Sonic. We saw that in the credits.
Right.
So, yeah, the fact that like Sonic and Tom have the chemistry they do in the movie is impressive. And honestly, best part of the movie, in my opinion.
It's
I laughed more
fun.
at them than Jim Carrey.
Yeah. But, anyway, we'll break it down.
Yeah, I think now's where we're going to put that sponsorship role so we can make a little bit of money off this. So, yeah, we'll be
played no
right
part
back.
in this, I apologize.
All right, we're back, and that was my hastily recorded Anchor commercial. I hope you enjoyed it.
Who did you kill to get that commercial in there, Michael?
I just signed up for Anchor, and then like, hey, we'll sponsor you.
Oh.
Like, oh, thanks, Anchor.
Man. That just sounded like...
I know, it sounds like they're as desperate as we are.
for bullshit to you. Hey! How about that Anchor? Hey,
Like,
no,
please plug us.
Thanks for having us on your site. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank
Anyway.
you, and for being free. Jesus Christ, it helps.
Jesus Christ is free. Have you read the Bible?
The Bible's not free.
He'll get your podcast.
No, Jesus don't like podcasts.
I'm out.
All right, well, I guess this is a solo review
This
now.
is so dumb. I don't know why I'm like this today. Anyway.
It's because they didn't have the
Sonic.
bar open at the movie theater at
It's
11:30
very
in the
true.
morning.
I didn't get my fix.
Bastards. That's okay, we saved money.
That's true, too.
But,
Anyhow.
yeah.
Sonic
all right,
the Hedgehog.
So let's get into the guts of it. So, basic synopsis for this movie is a dark, gripping tale of the effects of extended isolation on one's psyche and the attempt to overcome it.
Jesus Christ.
I
right,
just
though.
turned Sonic into a horror movie.
You're right. No, actually, I did really like that part about it. I mean, it wasn't a huge focal point, but it was,
I mean,
standard stuff.
one of the biggest problems I actually have with this movie is the opening itself. And I really hate it. Like, I thought I was going to hate this movie the first time I saw it in theaters because it starts off with the, how did I end up here? Well, that's a long story. Let's go back to the beginning.
Right.
I'm just like, Jesus, tap dancing Christ. If I'd done more show prep, I'd be able to name like 10 movies that start like that.
Right.
And so, yeah, that actually had me really worried.
Yeah.
But then they got into that scene where you're seeing Sonic's real backstory, like the land he came from. You get to see Green Hills.
I thought that looked pretty good.
It makes me want to see a whole movie set in that world.
Yeah.
And, you really start to like Sonic's personality. I think they did a really good characterization of him because the Sonic I grew up with was kind of like an angsty teen, real moody, thinks he's cooler than everybody in the comics and stuff like that. And this one, they made him more like just a wide-eyed child.
Yeah.
Like, excited by things, and I liked it. I think it worked for the kind of movie they were trying to make.
Oh, yeah. 100%. And that's what, honestly, and I'm going to say the trailer made me doubt it, but not because of how he looked. That's already a given, because, and I know probably way better reviewers have said this in a better way, but if they had have kept that design, this movie would have really fucking...
Dumpster fire.
It really would have been. It could have been the same joke, same everything, which I loved.
But you have that
But then
abortion
then
on
you
the
just
screen.
can't focus on anything else. And you're like... Because I kept seeing scenes in there, and I'm like, that would have just... Like, when he's in the baseball scene, when he's just creeping under the bleachers, like that... I'm not really...
That would have been a scene from a
that
horror
would have
movie
been
right
fucking
there.
terrifying with the old design. With the way the
Scarier-
light hits him is like, oh my god, run, Georgie!
Yeah, scarier than the bleacher scene in It Chapter 2.
You want a balloon?
No, not from you.
And that's... I can't thank those visual designers enough, and it really bums me out that studio closed. Probably because
Like,
of all the goddamn
immediately-
overtime. Those poor souls.
Immediately after the movie was finished, too.
But, man, they nailed it.
Oh, they did. They fucking killed the Sonic design, making it a good
yeah.
blend of the weird anime spikes and, like, natural-looking fur.
Yeah.
They pulled it off flawlessly.
Yes, which is the point I was getting to with the opening of this movie, because I don't have any idea what the fuck that owl is. Is that really...
That is canon. I don't know from where. I'm really rusty on my Sonic lore, and my history with Sonic is I played all of them from the original Sonic up to the 2 games that came out on the Dreamcast in the late 90s, like early 2000s. Yeah. And then after that, just because the Dreamcast went away... I thought it was weird playing a Sonic game on like the Xbox and the Xbox 360. I never really played any of those ones.
Yeah.
Up until the fan-made Sonic Mania came out, and then I really started getting back into it. So I know it's canon. I couldn't tell you where it's from, though.
Fair enough.
Like if it's from the anime or the comics or the video games or what.
The contrast between her and Sonic was kind of
a little
jarring
weird
to me, because she did look realistic and he still looked... Which works with the humans in him better, because you have an idea. Humans are a reference.
Right.
Like, he's supposed to be the oddball. But being compared to that owl, like, it's like, well, we don't have the funds to make her more cartoony. We're just going to fucking keep
That's fair. The echidnas looked great, though.
Yeah, those were echidnas. Those were, like, Knuckles people or whatever.
Yeah,
okay.
that got my nipples hard.
They got the big eye,
Daddy, give me Knuckles.
Yeah.
All the way down to the base.
Oh, yeah.
Can we talk about how unintentionally brutal that scene is, though?
Oh, yeah.
Because you see the owl just take a bolt to the ribs and goes down.
And presumably die.
Yeah.
Who knew death happened in the Sonic universe?
Yeah, this is a PG movie, and it's like, they don't, like, imply that she got shot. They don't, like... Oh, maybe she did. Maybe
tink.
I mean, all it was missing was like blood splatter to be
out
like,
mouth, like
straight out of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, exactly. God, this is a badass movie. Fucking A, Sonic.
Yeah, it was pretty brutals. I wonder who they got to voice the kid of Kid Sonic, because that definitely didn't sound like a modified Ben Schwartz. That sounded like an actual child.
Right. I would have no idea. So yeah, she sends him to the human world because everybody's after his powers. And then, again, I really like that, because it wasn't, a portal opened up on Sonic's world and he comes to ours.
Yeah, he just gets sucked in.
Yeah, it's like, what am I doing here? I have to get home. That fucking old chestnut.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really glad, like, he has been here for 10 years and he's accustomed to our culture and shit. Like, I love that.
To an extent. He's only been in Green Hills, Montana.
Childlike wonder comes from. Yeah, that's why Ben Schwartz does such a good job. Like, I'm smiling right now. This movie was way more enjoyable than I thought it would be, man. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. It's just an all-around fun time.
Yeah,
and there's some really good adult jokes in there, too.
There's a couple.
It's the definition of a family movie, where it's aimed
sure.
towards kids, but there's some subtle adult humor in there that parents taking their kids to it will be like, ha, I get that, because I've had sex. And I've done other adult things.
Adulthood. I've done it. And, I guess it's not really... Is there really spoilers in this?
Not really. I mean, pretty straightforward. Sonic spends 10 years on Earth. Somebody finds out he's there, and they send Dr. Robotnik in to capture him and study him.
Played by my
Carrey.
favorite Jim Carrey. The one that's, a goofball.
Looks like he's off of an antidepressant. Yes. Like, recently off one.
But that's also what I was worried about, too. Because I thought we'd just be going from, like, weird bearded Jim Carrey straight back to fucking masked Jim Carrey. I'm like, I don't know if the world's ready for that. But it's like... he was equal parts intimidating and like villain, and then equal parts
just
cartoon.
Weirdo.
Yeah, and I loved it. I want more of that.
I will say
back.
he was my least favorite part of this movie.
Really?
Yeah, and that's not to say that I think he did a bad job, because I think he did a wonderful job.
Yes.
It was just, having stepped away from doing comedies and stuff for so long. And considering how, like, experimental he was at one point in his career, doing, like, the number 23, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
A great
like,
movie.
Always trying to push his craft.
Yeah.
Like, I was really hoping, like, I don't mind him still doing the same shtick that made him famous in the 90s.
Yeah.
But I was like, you've had, like, 10 years, bro. You couldn't, like, add another layer to it. It felt kind of like just recycled shtick from his early comedy career.
Kinda, a little bit. But then you've also got that arrogant, smart guy attitude that he has, which I
Yeah.
thought he did a really good job of portraying.
And definitely, like, he
But-
might have Asperger's or autism or
I didn't
something
want
like that.
to directly go there, but yes.
But no, that's
that
how he
seems
plays
to be
it.
the norm these days. Like, people who are that smart and smug or
It's
have
for
some
people who
kinda-
don't understand mental illness or
Yeah.
the spectrums. Like,
Right.
I know nothing about this, so that we're just gonna play him like he's what I understand to be autistic.
But right, but it's not like
it's not accurate.
yeah. I love that though. And I was gonna talk about the chemistry between I don't know the actress's name, but James and his wife.
Oh yeah, pretzel lady.
Yeah, pretzel lady. Dude,
They were
I love
fantastic.
that. I love again. It's breaking from the norms because you see Sonic in the normal world and you're like, oh, it's just this bullshit again. But like, she wasn't a demanding or overbearing like.
No, they had like the perfect relationship that everybody strives
That's
for.
what I'm saying. Like, it was so good.
And it was very progressive in the sense that they're an interracial couple, and they don't beat you over the fucking head with it. They just show it. Like,
Well, it's never mentioned. Yeah,
these
that's
two are
exact-
married. Just move on with your
I was
day.
talking about Birds of Prey, man. Like, just fucking say it. Don't spray it.
Right. But she was a phenomenal actress too. When
chemistry
she
those
first
two had
meets
was
Sonic
awesome.
is a hilarious scene.
Yeah.
Her sister, I think, might have been the crowning achievement of side characters,
Yeah.
though. She's like, this is my house!
2 minutes of screen time, but she fucking killed every scene.
Owned it.
Yeah.
And the scene with the little girl and Sonic is super sweet, and that'll make your heart melt.
Yes.
Or it would if you have a heart. Or you're like me. And
Well, there was a couple times. I don't know if it's just because I've been emotional lately. Or there's just a couple times where the old waterworks are kicking on, and I was like, "Why am I like this?"
Oh yeah, especially in San Francisco right before the finale.
Yeah, that
She's
was that was a very heartfelt scene.
beautiful.
And I think Schwartz deserves a lot more credit because
He's a very talented voice actor.
He really is.
Especially because he did a good job of making himself sound like a 16-year-old kid.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
if you didn't tell me Ben Schwartz was the star of this movie, I wouldn't have known.
Mm-hmm.
And that's always what I get nervous about with celebrities, like TV and film celebrities doing
Yeah.
voice acting. Because it's you're getting them for their name, not for their ability to sound like somebody completely different.
Well, and that's the like, because unless you watch like Parks and Rec religiously, or I don't even know what other else he's been in.
yeah, I really don't either. I
Schwartz
just
is
know
a
he does
household
stand
name,
up too.
as far as I know.
Oh yeah,
But-
and it's because of Parks and Rec. Like
Yeah.
everybody knows who the fuck he is.
yeah.
But yeah, he's fantastic. James Marsden, who's I've always kind of treated him like a joke.
That
he
was
is
and that's
delightful in this film.
He is very. He deserves more credit too, because that was another part of the original trailers where I was like, because what was that other fucking movie where it's a CG character in the real world, but it sucked?
There's been a lot of them.
It was Hop, but it was with Marsden. It was James. He was in Hop.
I don't think I ever saw that movie.
It was stupid. It was Easter Bunny voiced by Russell Brand.
gross.
Yeah. Your face of disgust.
Gross.
You're not a Brand fan.
No, not even close. He looks
a mixed
like
bag
he's
for me.
covered in more grease than a quarter pounder.
Probably. But he's British, so.
That automatically makes him sexy. Sexy enough for Katy Perry.
Hey, did you talk about that goddess?
I'll
Just
do
kidding.
whatever I want.
Just kidding.
One thing I did notice, and it really hammered it home for me more on this repeated viewing, is they did totally rip off Days of Future Past.
Oh, with the scenes?
With the
At
speed scenes.
At this point, it's kind of inevitable when you're dealing with fast characters like that, because I feel
Right.
it coming in like a Flash movie too, if that ever comes out.
Oh yeah, well I mean they did it in Batman vs Superman 2 and Justice
Well,
League where
yeah.
he dodges and he just like pink
Yeah.
pokes the Batarang. But I will say for this, I think they did it better than Days of Future Past because that whole first scene, what is he listening to? Pink
it's
Floyd or Sweet Dreams Are Made of These? One of those songs.
in X-Men.
Yeah, when he puts on the headphones.
It is Sweet Dreams because the next one is no shit. That's the second scene. The first one is If I Could Save Time in a Bottle.
That's
the
right.
one.
But like the
Is that
whole.
Pink Floyd?
I don't think so.
Save time in a bottle.
I think he's just wearing a Pink Floyd shirt in the scene, like
Yeah,
Dark Side of the Moon
yeah.
shirt. But No, the reason why I bring that up is that whole scene is centered around, I'm going to put on my headphones and then I'm going to run real fast. And the song's playing at normal time. So there's that big logic gap of that either sounds extremely slow to him right now, or that tape is playing really, really fast.
Right.
Like way faster than a cassette could probably handle.
Yeah, and I'm not a physics major, but I think a lot of those people would like physically explode. Like if a lot of that shit like touched him if he was going that fast.
Oh
like,
yeah, like it would just send a
touched
shockwave through him and they'd blow up like a
just going
balloon.
boop on the forehead would be enough to fucking.
Looked like a fucking 12 gauge went off in their face.
But same with the Sonic scene. But I think they did it. With what you bring up with the headphones and stuff. Like it's.
It just makes more sense for a cartoon character to have that kind of ability as opposed to Evan
Well,
Peters.
And speaking of that, with the X-Men and stuff, why is it only in those scenes? Like Quicksilver could easily become the most OP character in the franchise with powers like that, but he only does
uses
it in
twice
like
a film.
Convenient scene. I hate writing sometimes.
Yeah,
because
we wrote ourselves into a corner. Let's have him go so fast everything looks frozen.
Jesus. Anyway, I really did love that scene. I love what they did with Quicksilver because I feel like he's an underrated X-Men.
I do too, and they handled it a hell of a lot better than the MCU.
We don't talk about that.
But also, I think the reason why the MCU turned out so bad is because the X-Men beat them to it.
Well, and I don't even know why they chose Scarlet Witch and fucking Quicksilver, to be honest. They had no plot point with the... Like, if I remember right, they weren't even involved in the Ultron saga. Like...
No, they were just
Why
kind of
even
there.
pick
Whoever they built Ultron to fight had the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver as like Russian sleeper agents or whatever. Because that's why they go out in the beginning of the film and they're like, "Now sleep."
Well, the film version, yeah, but like in the arc and stuff, it's like...
Oh, you mean in the comics?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
and
don't...
Ant-Man played a huge part in that shit because that was his technology. It was Ultron... Anyway.
Well, and
way
that's
off
also
topic.
Michael Douglas's Hank Pym as opposed to...
Well, it was Hank Pym instead of Scott Lang, yeah. But then Scott Lang was fucking Yellow Jacket, which is a whole nother fucking thing. And
Comics are complicated, especially Marvel and DC, because they've been
Yeah.
around so goddamn long.
whatever, we're Sonic. We're on
Yeah,
Sonic
we're talking
right now.
Sonic. But anyways, what we're trying to get at is if you've ever watched our YouTube channel, we did a couple of videos just shitting all over this movie when they first announced it months back and they started releasing trailers. We did a couple reaction videos.
To be fair, I was in it for the lulz. Because I, unlike you, actually did like the trailer, minus the disgusting mutant that was Sonic back then. Because some of the jokes did land with me. I was like, that looks pretty funny.
One of the things I hate the trailer for,
Yeah.
now having seen the movie, is that the scene with Jim Carrey and the Major from
Yeah.
the trailers, not as funny because I've already seen it. I was like, you motherfuckers.
And I was worried about that too, with like them showing every joke in the movie in the trailers, which is fucking commonplace at this point. But I chuckled at that scene. I knew it was coming, but I was like, hey.
See, I chuckled more when he was testing out the quill of
Yeah,
Sonic's that he
yeah.
had. That was really funny. And he has his headphones on.
Yeah.
He's just being a super nerd.
Yes.
Like, I can only imagine that they didn't really do too much pre-production on that scene. Because, like, we're just going to put Carrie in a green screen room
Yeah.
or on whatever kind of set we build. Let him go to town, and then we'll design all of that, you know, Avengers floating data around him
Yeah.
based on what he's doing. Which that, I think, would have been really fun to work on. Be like, okay, this is the wacky shit Jim just did. Make something cool around it. Like, ugh, time to stretch the old creative muscles.
Right. Just fucking see dust flying off his bone. Like, Jim's back.
Yes! Yeah, bearded Jim Carrey was just a cocoon that funny Jim Carrey's been hiding in. Waiting for the day that he could come back stronger, better, faster.
The $1 million funny man.
But, yeah, I mean, there's not really a lot of plot points to get into. It's your standard buddy road trip.
Which is, yeah. Which is not what I would have done with the first Sonic movie, but it worked.
It's honestly a good way to ease people into the Sonic lore.
And they did a good job of it, too. Like, with the whole Trank thing. Like, not a good job. Like, it's just... people were bitching and it's like, why can't Sonic just run there? Like, because he doesn't know how to fucking get there. Like, you know.
Right.
They did answer a few questions that people were like, well, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah,
So-
like, why does he need James Marsden's help in the first place? Well, he's a kid and he doesn't know his way around. He's only ever been in Green Hills, Montana.
Exactly. So I did like that they actually answered the questions that people legitimately had.
Right. And they did it in a competent way.
Yeah, they did.
I wouldn't say in a great way, but
no.
competent.
But, I mean, again, kids film. So...
I will say, though, having seen this, especially with not going to talk about it, but that mid-credits scene that's in that movie,
yeah,
I want them to go whole hog for the sequel, because it's made enough money that I'm sure it will get a sequel. I want Chaos Emeralds. I want Knuckles. I want Super Sonic. Just shoot your wad all over this last one.
I don't even care if you blow it on this one movie. Just please do it.
Yeah, I want it all. Give it all to me.
And back to those poor fucking visual effects guys, like, because this movie is doing really well. It's like, fuck.
And they're all out of jobs now.
It's such a bummer, dude.
If this movie had come
I really
out,
hope they find work somewhere else, man.
if this movie had come out at the tail end of last year, I would say it should have been nominated for an Oscar for Best Visual Effects just for what they had to go through to get this movie made.
Fuck.
Literally the entire planet fucking throwing a temper tantrum when they saw how bad Sonic looked. Me included. I was probably leading that parade.
Well, man. And I just...
I'm sorry, graphics designers.
I'm all up for creative
taking creative license.
Yeah, but that really was disgusting. Like,
that was like the Garbage Pail Kids version of Sonic.
Yeah, it really was, and I cannot believe. And they know the source material. That's what kills me. Like, this had to have been a studio thing. Like, make it real, like Pikachu.
Yeah, the studio execs who have don't have a creative bone in their body.
They made references that only those nerds will know. They know.
Oh yeah, they're very subtle with their Easter eggs to the video games.
I just can't believe they looked at that final product and like, yep, that's Sonic.
That's the one right now.
Fuck me, man. That director probably... I feel bad for everyone involved.
Yeah, they were probably tearing their fucking hairs out.
Fuck. But at the end, not a shit movie.
No.
It was good.
Like, if we were giving
I liked it.
If we were giving it a letter grade, I'd give it a solid B+.
I would do the same. Yeah, B+ seems pretty good score.
Like, it's not life-changing. It's not quite as good as most of Detective Pikachu is.
The only thing stopping me from giving it an A is the weird product placement.
Which part?
There's like 3 that ring the bell. And if these are spoilers, I'm sorry. Please put on your earmuffs. But the one scene where she's like, "Yeah, I've been looking at houses on Zillow."
Oh,
and
yeah.
Like, you're like, all right. Second
Weird
one
flex,
being
but okay.
Olive Garden. They even said
They did that
the
one
slogan.
twice.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
when you're here,
your family. I almost expected like a wink at the camera. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then the other one was a chase scene where it was a little more subtle, but they're like coming up on the back of his truck and it's just like Tacoma.
Toyota Tacoma.
Like most movies blur out the brand of the cars and shit.
Or it'll be like something nice like an Audi or a Benz.
Right, but it never explicitly says what it is.
Right.
But this one was
Tacoma.
like Tacoma. And they made sure to show that truck in a few shots. It's like, all right, fine.
And then they trashed the damn thing.
Still. Anyway, but I just thought they were really out of place.
That's fair, but unfortunately you're going to find those in almost any movies
just
these
look
days.
at Transformers. Those are literally car commercials with robots.
Right. They're not even good robots. The action's so close and shaky, I don't know what's going on.
Woo! Speaking of, because I'm a Transformers nerd, but this got me a little hyped because I did hear Paramount's working on 2 separate Transformers movies. I'm not sure if one of them's set in the Bayverse, but from the rumors, it's going to be a sequel to Bumblebee and then Beast Wars as a separate.
Beast Wars?
Beast Wars.
Is Optimus Prime in Beast Wars? I can't remember.
It's a whole separate timeline. Like, it still takes place in the Transformers universe, but that's what got me into Transformers was Beast Wars. Fucking 90 kids represent. But in one episode, Optimus Primal finds a dead Optimus Prime. And yeah, so
it's like the Autobots got blown back to the Stone Age?
or something like that. Yeah, they're like a whole. Is it the Autobots? No, because it's the Predacons and the Maximals. That's what it is.
Maximals, that's kind of a cheesy name, but
The whole
I
fucking
dig
show is cheesy. But I did
so much
dig it.
cheese.
But then, yeah, they show that episode of Optimus Prime. I'm like, who the fuck is that, bro? Then you actually go back and watch the old cartoons. Cartoon. Anyway. But a Beast Wars movie would be fucking sick.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still on that train of if DC wants to, get back on track with their comic book movies, they need to just start making Elseworlds, like a whole Elseworlds series.
For sure.
Like Gotham by Gaslight live action,
Just
Superman Red Sun.
Do Marvel one better and make fucking great one-off movies,
Oh, yeah, because Marvel can't do that shit.
No.
They literally have to have a 10-year plan.
Yeah. They're too far in the hole now, man. Like, if they started making their own superhero movies, they're like, well, how's this going to integrate to the MCU? It's not. You're fired.
that meme of somebody suggesting something and it gets
just
thrown out the window.
It's exactly Marvel right now.
Get out!
Unless you're Sony, just fucking... It's like a cat batting at Marvel's balls.
With the claws out, though.
With the
because
claws
it's
out.
very mean-spirited
It
most of the
very
time.
much is, but my God, they are making sure Marvel knows, like, hey!
We still got some of your best properties. What are you gonna do, bitch?
Nothing, you sons of bitches.
Spider-Man is ours and will remain ours.
Get one more movie, and
I-
we'll be waiting.
That was another thing about the beginning of this movie that kind of annoyed me is just another time of somebody leaning into the with great power comes great responsibility and then going left with it for the second half of the phrase. You're just like, come on, guys.
Come on.
You can be a little better than that. And again, that's
Very few gripes. I mean,
and they're all
fuck, I
minor.
had no expectations. For
I've seen this movie like 2-3 times now, so,
So-
like my gripes are
Yeah.
minor at best.
It's fantastic. It is if you want to just fun fucking movie. just go
It's
see
the
Sonic,
definition
man.
of a popcorn flick.
It
Like
really
I'm
is.
honestly surprised this movie didn't come out in the middle of the summer because that's the kind of movie it is.
Wouldn't that
like,
have been the plan originally? No, it was
no,
like
it was
October.
yeah,
right?
fall of last year, and they're like, we're gonna push back to February.
Well,
which
for
January and
reasons.
February are usually garbage months for the studios.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you find some really good films,
Yeah,
but no. And this one,
it's good.
Good
It's really
time.
good. So coming from a couple of nerds,
yeah, who usually piss and moan about everything.
yeah, it's a good time. So I recommend it.
Yeah, I definitely go see it. Take your kids. Take, I don't know. I would assume that most of the people that listen
Take
to
your
this...
ethnic wives.
I was going to say, take your wives, take your husbands, but anybody listening to this is just as sad and alone as we are.
It's very true. But if you're into that stuff, hey, more power to you.
Wakanda forever. I don't know where that came from.
Oh, I know where it came from.
Where?
From your inner Black Panther.
That movie... The only thing that movie really had going for
no.
it was Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Like, the graphics weren't as good as his appearance in
And
Civil
Chadwick.
War.
I really do like Chadwick.
Oh, no, he's
but
fantastic.
It really was just a live-action Lion King before there was a live-action Lion King.
And they did it better than the live-action Lion King.
They did.
So, good job, Black Panther. Also, they had Andy Serkis, which that's always a good time.
Right.
Even though they killed him halfway through the movie.
Well, you saw that meme, right? Black Panther and the two Tolkien white guys. That's Martin Freeman and fucking...
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Would have been even better if they could have gotten, like, Elijah Wood.
Or Benedict
Since-
Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange.
Gross.
Just as a fucking cameo. You know how great that would have been?
So, since we're talking about Doctor Strange, I heard
No.
that they're changing directors for Multiverse of Madness, and it's not going to be the straight-up horror movie that they were talking about.
That's such a bummer.
Right.
I was really looking forward to
Oh,
that.
dude, I was like, you took the one movie in the MCU that I've never been able to
Well,
finish.
and then that opens up, if you're going horror, that's such a great opportunity to reference, like, obscure shit, like Man-Thing.
Oh,
who's
yeah.
one of my personal favorite Marvel characters for whatever reason. I just like his weird backstory. I don't know. But he's teamed up with Doctor Strange a couple times, and I'm like, that's perfect for him to come into the MCU. But they dipped out. Sons
Yep.
of bitches.
They pushed. But yeah, and that made me sad because, when I read that, I was like, wait, you're saying that the upcoming Marvel movie that I'm most excited for, which is a sequel to the one Marvel movie I've never been able to finish, and I've tried like 3 times. I just
Really?
can't get through that movie. I get so fucking bored.
Really?
Really.
I
will
see.
watch
I
Thor
was
the
the
Dark World
opposite.
twice before I see Doctor Strange.
I never saw Strange, and that was like the only Marvel movie I never saw in theaters. Caught it on Netflix a year ago?
When they were still on Netflix.
Yeah. And I was like, man, I can't believe I fucking missed out on this movie.
Yeah, no,
It wasn't fucking Iron Man 1 by any means, but...
I found it to be boring as hell. I thought Dr. Stephen Strange was unlikable to the point of, even by the end of it, I didn't feel like he redeemed himself. I was just like, you're still a prick. Man, I don't like you.
I feel like that's part of the course, though. Like, I'm kind of glad you didn't like him, because he's never really been, a likable He's always
guy.
Teetered on the verge of good guy and total asshole.
That's fair, but to me, he's just like a discount Tony Stark is the problem.
He's even got the goat.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
thin goat. Well, yeah.
And I just don't find Benedict Cumberbatch as appealing of a leading man as Robert Downey Jr., so that also had that going for it in terms of why I didn't like it.
Yeah, and that he really could have redeemed that fucking... Redeemed the... I get what you're talking about. Like, yeah, it turned, like, he's got all these great magical powers, but they end up fighting like an Inception type fucking fight style. I get that, and that was kind of meh. But...
Which is funny, I
horror
knocked that
theme-
movie,
oh,
but I
man.
have addressed the fact that
So sad.
if you got the people who designed that movie to do a Lovecraft film like Call of
yeah,
Cthulhu or something,
Yeah.
I'd be on board.
Yeah.
I'm a very contradictory person.
Well, hey. It's the theme, I guess. That type of weird visuals didn't really fit the Doctor Strange,
Yeah, that's fair.
It's the type of movie it's in, but...
But yeah, I guess we've said everything that needs to be said. Go check out Sonic. It's a fantastic movie.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and if you're listening to this on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever, give us a like and whatnot. Keep listening to us. If you're listening to this on YouTube, thanks.
Or tell me you want to fuck my mother. I mean...
We appreciate being talked shit to, because then at least people are still talking to us.
Right. It means you at least listened. I think I said that last time, but fuck it.
And don't forget, we're going to be having sketches coming out here within the next couple months. You can always watch me and Tyler stream Mondays, The Further Adventures of Peanut Butter Tits.
Oh, Jesus.
And, yeah, thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye.